spoilt for choice. So what are those factors to consider before picking and making a choice in as far as a career choice is concerned? Maybe you chose a particular path, a career path, and then some few years later you are like, I think I made the wrong choice. Also, we will be tackling that as well. And so if you have any candidate, ex-candidate who is there waiting and they don't really know which career path to choose, maybe you are there also as a parent and you don't know how to even, help your child, your daughter, your son, in as far as the career path they are to take is concerned. You are wondering, now where do I even start? Not to worry, we got you covered. And so be part of this conversation. Share the link on our YouTube channel because we are live as well there. Share this link with other parents, other candidates, ex-candidates as well, so that they can be enlightened on the same. Hope TV Kenya across all our social media platforms and also on WhatsApp 0708 222 323. And also any question, query, clarification you could be having. That's why we have been this conversation. Don't you hesitate to ask those questions. My name is George Gishoro. I'm not alone in studio. And we have a career consultant, Samuel Kamiri. He is from the Career Track Africa. Thank you so much, Samuel, for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, George.
Karibu.
I'm grateful to be here.
Karibu sana.
Yes,
and
thank
it's
you.
a joy to have you join us this Monday morning so that you can help us in as far as career choices and career growth as well. And so I know so many people, even some are even employed, but they are feeling they're not getting that satisfaction.
Yeah.
In the morning they are like, sasa naenda wapi? What am I even going to do there? In the evening when they are going back home, they really cannot. They don't feel that excitement that they have achieved something. And so that's why you are here to help us unpack all that. But before we get into the conversation of the day, maybe allow us to get to know you. A brief introduction of yourself.
Thank you so much, George. Once again, I'm grateful to be at Hope TV.
Yes.
So my name is Kamiri. I'm known as Kamiri.
Kamiri.
Samuel. I'm a teacher by training. So I've taught physics, chemistry for about 17 years or so.
Wow.
Yes.
Physics, chemistry.
Yes. Then I did a lot of CBC authorship. So with Longhorn Publishers, so worked with the Access Publishers. Then from there, I also shifted to banking. And then I decided to completely deal with the career.
Yeah.
So I usually say from the day one I was taken to school by my mother, I've never left up to today.
Up to today.
It's only that the dynamics, I keep shifting my goals on different areas, but in school line. Yeah. So I'm a career consultant with Career Track Africa, and we deal with students, we deal with learners, we deal with the teachers, we deal with parents, just to enlighten them on what is needed for a proper future, because career and future is one thing. Yes. So that's how we guide them to ensure that they are well aware of themselves, they are well aware of what is required for them to excel in their careers.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I think for me the best place to start, this teacher shifted now from a teacher to content in terms of CBC content, that to banking. Now, from banking now to career. Yes. If I mention, those are four
lines, yes.
4 lines. They may be intertwined one way or the other, but in terms of career, they are different.
Yes.
How did you now, what inspired you to all these shiftings?
One, when you are familiar with your line in life, it becomes easier. Because in career, there's something we call adaptability.
Yes.
You're able to shift seats within your path. So, because each and every track, it has so many bands.
Yes.
It's like the way my hand is, and then it's a one hand, but has so many tracks. Yes. Yeah, so many fingers. So I can decide to shift from one finger to another. Yes. So the same case, if you're well conversant with your line of career, it becomes easier for you to establish different lines or different bands within the same. So that's what we call adaptability. Yeah. And that is one that is really missing in our working guys today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That adaptability.
Yes.
Not adaptability, but your purpose.
Yes.
Let me say, you know your future, what you want.
That's your purpose.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's talk to someone who is starting, and like someone who is employed already. How important is it to know, and how easy is it, and how can you help them to know their purpose, so that now, even in terms of them choosing their career path, becomes easy, so that it aligns with their future?
A good example we can take is like now let me take the Form 4s. Maybe those who have, or even those in IGCSE, IB, who are done with their final exam.
Yes.
And they want to transition now to a career, a line, a course that will take them to their career. So there are actually 3 things we consider for that.
All right.
And one, you look at who you are. You first look at who you are. So there are things that you must analyze yourself. And we are going to talk about 6 of them. I'm going to analyze them now.
Yes.
Now, once you know who you are, that's a self-discovery. Once you know who I am, then you're able to, number 2 is know, what can I do?
Who I am. So the next thing, what can I do?
What can I do?
Yeah.
And then once you know what you can do, the next thing to look at is, where is the world going? Those 3 things.
Yes.
So who am I?
Who? Yes.
What can I do?
Yeah.
Where is the world going? So if you take now career on basing on who you are and what you can do, then and where the world is going, you be every time on track with your line. You never be bored.
Yeah.
You never get tired. So let's start from number 1 on who you are.
Who you are.
Self-discovery. Now, I was in one of the university in Kenya, and I was surprised to find on how students make their decisions. It's showing that they don't, number 1, understand themselves.
Yeah.
And they only base on interest alone. And George, you can be interested in so many things.
Yes, definitely.
And the interest also depends on the exposure of the information you have today.
Yes.
Somebody may come today, tell you about IT, and you might be fascinated about, say, wow, I think this might be a good line. But see, so if we are to do an assessment today on interest alone, probably you end up in that thing that interested you today.
Yeah.
So, and we fail to look at other 5 areas that I can mention. Number 1, on knowing yourself. And this is what I'm going to tell the students. You must, number 1, identify what are my personality. What is a personality? Personality is simply the way you feel, the way you think, and the way you behave. And different careers. We are in different lines of careers because of those 3 things. Because of actually our behavior. And our behavior is controlled by thinking and feeling. Now, there are 3 lines. Careers are broadly grouped into 3. You have somebody who is in STEM.
Yes.
Someone who is in social sciences. Or somebody who is in arts. And sports.
Yeah.
And you find these 3 classes, the personality for a STEM person is not the same for social science.
No.
It is not the same for
arts.
Yes. Now, in fact, we say the personality for STEM, people who are scientific, they are logical innovators, or they are logical thinkers.
Yeah.
That's how they think. People who are in social sciences, we call them, they are empathetic thinkers. Because them is about people.
Yeah.
Is understanding about people behavior. Is about how we can relate with people, how life can be better.
Yeah.
For STEM people, them is just about why and how. It's about structures.
Yeah.
And then the arts people, we call them the expressive thinkers.
Yeah.
And that's why you find most of musicians, as they talk, they like,
to
express something.
Yeah.
Because for them, they are expressive.
Yeah.
When a sports person come to give a story here, you can tell a STEM person, a social science person, and a arts person.
Yeah.
Because the art person like to use gestures a lot, talking, standing, sitting.
Yes.
You can tell this person is so energetic. But a STEM person, is just composed and just
cool, calm, collected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when a social science give you a story, he really want to touch your emotions. You really feel something. This guy is communicating something.
Yeah.
But when a science person is giving you a story, you find he's not connecting to humanity. So
in another
personality.
world.
In another world.
Yeah.
That's number one, you look at personality.
Yeah.
So we can really elaborate a lot about personality. Then number two, you need to look at your abilities. What is it that you are able to perform without struggles? That's an ability.
Yeah.
An ability can be in form of talents and giftings. And how do you know you are gifted? The way you can perform something within a set time, the productivity can be different in a one line than another one. I'll give an example.
Yes.
If a learner is the ability in mathematics is higher than in languages, if that student take 1 hour to do mathematics and 1 hour to do English, the productivity, once we assess, that 1 hour in mathematics is able to get more than in languages.
Yeah.
So that's how you start learning your abilities. Your productivity within a very short time is higher than other lines. So, and that's what now discovers your talents, your giftings, like that. So you must also learn your abilities. Number three, I'm talking about something we call PAVISA. So your P, A, I've talked about P, personality.
Yeah.
So A, ability. So you go to V, values. Values, we simply define values as things that you consider important in life. So there are people who consider time management very important in their lives. There are people who consider structuring something very important. Organization, very important. So if you a teacher in class and you look for a locker of your students, a STEM person probably will be a bit structured. And those are the guys who used to have organizing their locker from in the morning. They know the teacher is going to start with English.
Yes.
So the book is at the top. Mathematics is the second one.
Yes.
Kiswahili is the third. So the moment the teacher leaves the class, he just shift the book, take the other one at the top. While an art person is simply looking at...
Where is even?
Exactly. Yeah. He's in his locker looking for it. Books are upside down.
Yeah.
A social science is asking, did I give you my book yesterday? Who has my book? I'm not... You see, because for him, he understands dealing with people. Science, STEM understands structures. That's why he has structured his locker.
Yeah.
He has put a lot of organization, things like that. And these are also the things that teachers should learn from as they teach the class.
Yeah.
They can tell that is a STEM learner, this is a social scientist, this probably is an art person, is an art person. So values. So if even the parents at home, because I can tell parents, there are some parents who are murderers of careers for their learners. You find your learner is values organization a lot. Even at home, the way they make their bed, it's well organized. The way they do their carpet in the room.
Their room is totally
very neat, very clean, because they value structuring. And then you find when a mother or maybe a dad goes to that room, you tell that kid, you are useless. So you want to show me what? That you are so good in organizing. Because the parent knows that the way he or she left the bed in the morning is not
matching as good as this one.
Exactly. Yeah. So when you see also your child is ahead in some things that you don't have, some values, embrace them. Because you're also promoting a career for that child. But if you start discouraging from that level, he will see like my organization is useless. You have distracted the wiring of that child. And therefore the end product will be disoriented. So that's the value. So we have P, A, V, I. Now we come to the interests. You see, interests as number 4, it is just part of the things that should be considered. But the mistake we make in Kenya is the only we look at. I'm saying Kenya because I've spoken to so many students, and I've spoken to so many teachers, so many university students. You find interest is what they really look at. So interests are things that you find or you enjoy doing. That's how we define interest, the things that you enjoy doing. And there are so many.
So many.
There are so many. There are so many. So if you look at the things that you enjoy doing and you think that that is your line, do they match? There always it is good to ask. Yes, I'm interested in talking to people. But is that my personality? Probably I'm not an extrovert, I'm an introvert. So I control things from inside. So, and when I'm dealing with people, you must be a person who control things from outside, an extrovert. So you see, as a science, I may make a mistake with simply one exposure or two exposure where I interested people or it became interested on my side, and I feel I think I need to go to a humanity course. So it brings a problem. Then the same case, the interest for STEM is different from the interest for social sciences, the interest for arts. You find that a guy in STEM, the interest is on problem solving, like numerical skills. We usually have like 12 sets of skills, and you can group them. So you find that a guy who is in STEM, they are interested in problem solving. They are interested in accuracy. They are interested in measurements, which is different from the interest for social sciences. They understand about people. They want to understand about why the people are behaving the way they are behaving. Why can we bring people more closer to each other? It's about that. So art people, they are more creative. They want to originality. They want to bring something new, because you find them, they are doing something, and the way they are doing is different from others. Originality. So because they are creative people, that's interest, and we should not use interest alone to decide the career you are going to take, because that's one of the mistakes we have made in our country. So people are interested in medicine, they're interested in engineering, they're interested in, but you find that at the end of the day, they have failed. So interest. Then we come to skills as number 5. Skills. Now skills, they are things we learn to do with the time. And skills are different. There's usually a level I usually give when I talk to so many people, something that they can understand at home. 3-level skills for a child. Maybe you have a child at home, and he just tells you, Mami, stima imepotea. Period. Amefikisha hapo. So it is you, the parent, to decide, is it there's no electricity outside? Is it that now you start asking what is happening? You start telling him or her, can you go outside and check whether there's electricity? You see? So he goes out from the at the window, checks and say, there's electricity outside. Then check from the sitting room or maybe from the bedroom. He says, yes, there's electricity. Then you, wherever you are, you decide, I think it is the bulb in the house that has a problem. So you come with one. That is one level of a skill of that child. There's another child at another level who just tell you, the bulb in the house, in the sitting room, already is just come with another one. He has sorted out your problem. There's another child who not even tell you.
You're coming into
he'll just
darkness.
No. You find he has already fixed. He went out there, he got the bulb, came and fixed. Then comes and tell you, this bulb had an issue, I just fixed it. Those are 3 levels of skills. And you find those guys cannot go to the same line of career.
No.
They can't. Because one is more detailed. So detailed people, they are scientific. They are data extraction. So, but the other one is not really keen on the data. Him is just keen on the outlook. That's all. So the one informed you that the electricity is gone, he is just an aesthetic person. He's a beauty. He's an arty person. So those are the how we consider the skills. And finally, the attitudes. You consider the attitudes. Our perception. How we see things. The way STEM people see is different from the way the other guys see. The social sciences, it's different. The other arts people see it. So attitude. So those are 6 things that every teacher, every parent, every learner must know how to identify themselves. So there are other methods that we use, like the psychometric assessment, psychometric test. Psychometric test is for those learners who you don't know how to discover yourself. Your parent doesn't know, but now you engage an expert like me now to tell you what is your career. So what I'll do is that I'll do a psychometric assessment. Psychometric assessment, if I can explain, it is just like medicine. When you are sick, you go to doctor. Then we pass somewhere called triage. He takes your mass, your temperature, and all that, your fever and all that. So you go to You go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Then through what you have seen, your mass, your height, your temperature, then maybe temperature is around 39, 40. You see, in the doctor's mind, when you see 40 degrees Celsius, he has like 100 diseases.
Yeah.
You may be suffering about 100 of them.
Yeah.
Now he start asking you questions. So he start asking you now, what's the problem? Say, I have a lot of pain. Pain, starting where? You say, from here at the back.
Yeah.
For how long? 2 weeks. Already the doctor says like 50 of them. Because if he knows,
yeah,
there are only maybe 50 of them that can be persistent for a week also. Then he start taking you for other tests. How is the pain moving? From here, it goes to the vertebral column, things like that. And achunja zingine like 20.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, now he tell you go and test for blood and all that. Because back in his mind, he knows this one is a malaria. He come and for sure, it probably to be malaria.
Yeah.
And he prescribes and you're well. The same way psychometric assessment works. So you try to ask learner in different perspectives. Psychometry, it has if psychometry is 1, for instance, you can test an interest of a learner. We call that one-dimensional assessment, psychometric assessment. Yeah. So, and it is good to don't do 1. We do like 5 or 6. So when you're doing 5 or 6, they are testing like 15 different areas. So like 5D or a 6D psychometric assessment. Yeah. So a 6D is the one that now dealing with the PAVISA, the personality, the attitude, and all that. Yes. So at the end of the day, now you're able to tell the learner, the way you are wired scientific. So the way you think, the way you listen, it's scientific. So you can go to a scientific line like that. Yeah. You are a social scientist, that's how you're wired. Yeah. You are an art person, that's how you're wired. Yeah. That's another way we can expose our learners. Yeah. There are also those, because there are so many methods that I can talk about. Yeah. Yeah. There are also other ways, but mostly those one we can talk about when you talk about grade. Now, like in junior school. Yes, yes. In primary schools. Now we have the junior school. Again, they are going to select their courses, to select their pathways. Imagine at grade 9, because I guess you understand about CBC. Yes, I have. Feels. Great. So you find now grade to fix up Osana, but anyway, that's a conversation with another story. It's another day. Yeah. So you grade 9 are going to make a decision on which pathway am I going to take when I'm going to. And to cut you short, yes, there was a lot of hue and cry that at that level it was very that these kids are still developing, and as such it becomes very hard for even parents to choose or to help these students choose a career path. Yes. So as you are putting your point across, would you kindly also help us understand how we can embrace this? Good. The same case for even the PAVISA, because it's something that is widely used. It is something that even the parents, and that's what we are teaching them as early as PG. When that child gets to playgroup, there are those traits that you need to consider for your child. And now we teach the parents, understand the personality for your child, understand the values, understand the interests, understand the skills, understand all those things. Yeah. So when you start developing with the time, you're able to know by the time you start from PP1, let's say or even grade 1, by the time that learner is in grade 6, you have 6 years to analyze 6 things for your child. You should be knowing about that child. Yeah. With a lot of comprehensiveness. You should be knowing. Yeah. So the other thing we consider for them is also psychometry. Because there are those learners now, like now grade 9. Yeah. Parents have not been with them. They have not been taught on how to discover this. Yes. So they are now being asked, which pathway will you take? Yes. Number 1, even the kid do not understand this pathway. What is it? What is it? What is this pathway? Yes, yes. And if I decide to take STEM, what is the implications for STEM? If I decide to take a social science, what is the implications? Now, grade 9, they need to be very careful. And this is what we are telling the schools. Yeah. They need to be very careful. Because you may make a mistake now that will affect that child for the rest of their life. Yeah. Now, the same case, they're supposed to make a choice on STEM, on social sciences, and on arts and sports. Down there again, on the pathway, there are also other things we are calling tracks. you find a learner will choose STEM, but under STEM also, there are
the categories.
Yes, there are categories. We have the pure science. So pure science are those who are going to take physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics.
Yes.
That's pure. We also have applied sciences. Applied sciences are like the computer studies, the home science, the computer I mentioned, computer, home science, agriculture is also an applied.
Yeah, applied
then we
science.
also have technicals. Technicals, the aviation, the building construction, the power mechanics, the metalworks, the technology, all that. So that is for STEM. If we come to social sciences, again, there are two categories. That's what we're calling the tracks.
Yeah.
We have the language and literature, and then we have humanities and business. The languages, of course, they are the English and the literature, Kiswahili, Fasihi, and the Kenya Sign Language. And also we have the other foreign languages, the German, the Arabic, the Mandarin Chinese, like that. Then we have on the side of humanities, of course, the geography, the history, the CRE or IRE for those in schools that are doing the... So we are saying there's history, there's geography, there's religious education, and then religious education with now CRE, IRE, and HRE.
Yeah.
And then we have the business. Then finally we have sports and arts.
Yeah.
So arts, we have two tracks again. So we have
under arts.
Under arts. So we have arts, which is divided into two. We have the visual and the performing.
Oh.
The visual, you know, the people who do the graphics, the fine art, the drawings, and then the performing, the film, the drama, the theater, the music, like that. And then finally we have the sports science. So you see, those are 7 tracks where parents must make a choice. So they can use the Pavisa method, analyze that, but simply that has not been used for a long time. We are advising the grade 9 today to do the psychometric assessment. So when they do the psychometric assessment, we're able to give a career line for that child. And you tell them that your child is wired for STEM. And for STEM, because we are using a very intensive psychometric assessment, a 6D. 6D is able to give you the final product. And we can tell you that you are really wired to take a biochemistry course. Because your wiring, your thinking is biochemical sort of. And once you proceed with that, you will not make a mistake. So that's how we are helping those learners to make a decision on the pathways. Yes.
Because it's very intense.
It is.
Parents are busy, unfortunately. So that, as you said, I'm not able to track my child from grade 1. Because if I was available and present, not that I'm blaming us, because nilitoka home mapema before even the children, you know, nitarudi the same. So I'm not able to track my son, my daughter, from grade 1 or through to now grade 9, when that decision will need to be made. Listening to you and this, where is the place of, I know we are now being told CBC things. We are not looking so much at the performance, at the ranking and all. But still, at the end of it, for you to follow a particular path, you must have scored, should I say, highly in a particular route. You're getting? Where is the place that you've called it the 6D?
The 6D.
When you do it and all, should it match with the performance of this child?
This is what parents, learners, teachers, we are calling them facilitators for CBC, because they are facilitating. They are not actually teaching. They're just facilitating the
first
content.
Time I had that in the you're in school, but anyway.
They're facilitating. Now, we need to know this. Yes, there will be categories of grading. Like now we have the 4 grades. Let me put them like this. We have the exceeds expectation. We have the meet expectation, approaching, and below. The 4 levels. Now the proposal is, what will happen is that every level 4 of them will be split into 2. So this split into 2, split into 2, split into 2, like that. So it brings 8 levels. So where level 8 and level 7 is the 8 points. Those are merits, is 8 points and 7 points.
Okay.
Then level 2 of meet expectation, yes. We have 6 points and 5 points. The other for approaching expectation is 4 and 3. Then we have 2 and 1 is the lowest level.
Okay.
Now, these are what we are calling merits. The government have said already that all the schools in the country will have STEM.
All
of them.
Okay.
Is compulsory. Then the school can choose, am I going to have humanities and sports, the 3 of them?
Okay.
Or am I going to have only STEM and humanities? Or STEM, social story. Or I'm going to have STEM and arts and sports.
Yeah.
So those schools that will have the 3 pathways, they'll be called TPSS, Triple Pathway Senior Schools. Those that will have 2, they'll be called DPSS, Double Pathway Senior School. Now, I want to go to your question now.
Yeah.
Sorry, the question is...
how do you match? The performance?
Good. Yeah. Now, so every school we have said it will be STEM. It will have STEM.
Yeah.
Now, it means whether you are in level 4, level 3, 2 or 1, there will be a class of school which rhymes or which goes with your performance. For instance, at level 8, those with level 8 points, 7 points, those will be like the schools like the national schools, like the Alliance, like that. At the same time, we'll also have a school down there at your village, just a day school, which you still have STEM. But those who are going to there, they will be maybe those who are level 1 and level 2. Then they are, because it doesn't mean that I can be scientist, but my ability is not as high as. And doesn't mean that I cannot end up at that level.
No.
I can still start.
Just that you have to start at the lowest.
At the lowest.
Yeah.
Because that's how my ability is.
Yeah.
Then I can grow with time. There are those who have ability to start at the top and move on.
Yeah.
So I'm still STEM, but as a STEM, I can start with a certificate and end up with a degree or with a PhD.
Yeah.
But I can start a diploma because at my level.
Yeah.
I can start at the bachelor's. I can like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk to parents.
Yes.
We want our children to do careers we dreamt of having, but we didn't.
Yeah, that's the affecting parents.
Yeah. Talk to us
now.
And the danger to these children.
Yes.
Because now we are living our lives. So yetu ilipita. So why we? But then again, I hear others saying, "But I know the capability of my son, my daughter. That's why I'm pushing them towards this direction."
Parents need to understand one thing. The reason why there's an argument between the daughter, the parent, or the boy and the parents, is because they feel they are different lines of career. The parent thinks that my child is able this way, the child himself thinks that I'm able this way. What I'd say, number one, is that those two people probably are not aware of themselves. They are not aware of themselves.
Yes.
And if you're not aware of yourself, so you just decide. There's a saying we say that if you don't know where you're going, any route can take you there.
Yes.
So what I tell the parents is that parents need to know that they are not their children. They are just there to guide learners. And because they are managers, even as the Bible tells us in Psalms 24, that everything belongs to God. So the earth and all whatever it is belongs to God. Then who am I? If everything belongs to God, who am I? So I'm a manager. So I've given my children to manage them. And therefore, I must know how do I manage them. Now, to manage them is, number one, listen to their reasoning. That's how you guide them. Listen to their reasoning first. The reason why you are a parent, it is because you have a greater exposure. You are not supposed to decide for your child. You are supposed to help them understand themselves, the opportunities that are there, so that they can do an informed decision. So because you are a parent, you are more exposed. So bring your awareness to the child.
Yeah.
Let the child be informed.
Yeah.
And let the child make the decision. Otherwise, if you make a decision based on our expectation, what you wanted in life, the things that you wanted to achieve in life, and you have not achieved, so we impose them on our children, so that will be an imposed future. It is a regrettable future.
Yeah.
So
because they didn't pick for themselves.
They didn't pick for themselves.
It's daddy, it's mommy.
And they will finish, and that's one thing that is affecting people, George.
Yeah.
I've been in meetings where you ask people, by the way, how many did law here? They raise up their hands. So how many are practicing law here?
None.
They're in film. I have one of our good lawyers who he's in camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing movies, he's doing that.
Yeah.
You find an engineer.
Yeah.
He's already in farming. You know, you find a doctor, he's in construction.
Yes.
So what went wrong? Imposing.
Yeah.
So we should not impose any career to our children. Let them guide, let us guide them to know who they are, what they can do, and where the world is heading.
Yeah.
Because we understand better than them.
Yeah.
Yes.
The danger and where these parents maybe are coming from is, quote unquote, they deem some careers as inferior. You get?
Yes.
And so they feel like there are some careers that are superior. The normal, when we were growing up, lawyer, teacher, doctor,
engineering,
pilot. You know, pilots. You know, those were the courses, and they were sort of deemed as superior. Then on the other far end, there are those that were deemed as or rather inferior.
Yes.
And for jokers. The question, as we bring this to a close, this particular one on career choices.
Yes.
You have this child. When it comes to, should I say, classwork? Yes, classwork. In all those areas, they are perfect.
Yes.
They are good. They are thriving. You go to arts. Again.
Yes.
They are like the complete, sorry for saying this, a complete child. By complete, I mean when it comes to school classwork,
excellent.
When it comes to performing arts, excellent.
Yes.
When it comes to sports,
yes,
again,
excellent.
Yes. And so as a parent, I feel, but now the child, for them, they feel with the way I'm feeling. For me, I just want to do music. For me, I just want to play football, play rugby, volleyball and all. But then again, here they are being pushed to do STEM, which again, they tick that box. How do you balance and help this child to balance? And especially this child that I'm saying, when it comes to all these fields, they are ticking all those boxes.
Okay.
And first of all, is it possible to have such?
We have an all-out.
Okay.
We have an all-out.
Yes.
It's only that they are abled highly when we gauge them.
Oh.
But what you need to know in life
is
that you can only excel in a particular line. There's a particular uniqueness that you have. And you cannot be, we see, according to their ability when we judge them, is like, with our expectation here, is like they can do everything. But it's only that environment is limiting that child. When that child can be taken to a better or an environment with more challenges, you are likely to find his line or her line.
Okay.
So that's why we also tell the schools, don't limit your kids. Week 1, week 2, week 3, they are only within that compound. Take them out. Let them come and know there's Hope TV. How does it operate? No, to become George, what do I need to do? You see, what is entails to become a lawyer? What doesn't entail to become a doctor? When you expose them to that line, for those schools that even the footballers, those guys are good in football because they are just within. You know, bring more experts of football. You will find that guy you are saying is good in football.
Nothing.
So it's about environment and the exposure, the level of exposure we have at that moment. So, but that child who looks like is an all-round. Yes, he's an all-round, but he has a line of career.
Yeah.
And those are one of guys who are becoming so desperate later in life because they thought, I thought I'm good in STEM. I thought I'm good in physics.
Yeah.
And then they take medicine.
Nothing.
I have a story. I don't know whether I can give that.
Yes.
For a girl in one of the universities in Kenya. That girl got 84 points. KCSE.
Yeah.
That's a straight A. English A, Kiswahili A, Maths A, Biology, Physics, 3 sciences. A. 84.
Yeah.
Now, when she came to the university, she did medicine. First year.
Yeah.
After that, she said, no. I'm not going to do it. So, first year 2. No, years are now supposed to go to second year.
Yes.
But still, she had to repeat and did engineering, mechanical engineering. Last time I was there, she's now supposed to go to, she's now to go to year 3.
Yes.
But now she wants to go year 1 again on petroleum.
Hey. Hey.
Now, you look at such a child, is an all-round child. Is an all-round.
Yeah.
But we didn't take her life, we didn't really narrow down to expose her a lot to see which is exactly her area, her unique area. Because all of us, we have a unique area.
Yeah.
So once you're able to determine that, it becomes easier for that child.
Yeah.
Number 2, we don't have a career that is for foolish people and for wise people.
Yeah.
We don't have. Because the thing is the end product. And the end product is to earn a living.
Yeah.
So today, I'm sure there are those, I don't want to say like a bad thing, but I know there are so many musicians who are earning better than medical doctors.
True. Yes.
There are also medical doctors who are earning better than musicians. There are also art people who are earning higher than engineers. So do we really say there are those careers that we don't have?
No, we don't.
So the only thing that people have to do is that if you take a career that is in line with your personality, your values, your interest, you are able to rotate around it and establish a niche for yourselves. And that's how you make money.
Yeah.
You earn a living from that.
Wow.
When you have established a niche. But for you to establish a niche, then you must be good in that line.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yes.
We need to shift. And the reason why I want us to shift is because there's something else I have heard called career growth.
Yes.
What's your definition of career growth?
Career growth, I look at how you keep upward and forward your career. Number 2, up and forward.
Up and forward.
Yes, okay. Up and forward. In skills, in problem solving. Because a lot of time you look at problem solving and your impact. Mostly is about impact in life. What impact are you making every day?
Yeah.
So because if there's a career growth, the impact that you are doing yesterday should be different from the impact you're doing today. That's a career growth.
Yeah.
But if there's a constant impact in where you're employed, where you're working, if the value that you can offer today are the same values for yesterday, then it means that there's no career growth. You need every day, every new year maybe, to have a new value, new values that you are adding to your employment.
Yeah.
So that's a career growth.
Yeah.
And it comes, of course, through a lot of training, a number of things that we can also look at.
Yeah.
That's how I define it.
That's how you define it.
Yes.
What are some of the pitfalls that holds us back from, experiencing this career growth? What are some of the things that hinder us from achieving career growth?
George, there's something we call complacency.
Complacency.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Complacency is that feeling that I have a job. And the return I'm getting, I'm able to drive myself home. I'm able to pay my rent. I'm able to pay my school fees for my kids. So I'm okay.
The basic needs are sorted.
It's sorted. So why do I need, furthermore, nilisoma nikae maisha mazuri? And now I feel I'm okay. Weekend, I'm getting some coin to go and do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So, but remember, tomorrow can be calm and that job goes.
Yeah.
What happens? That happens.
Yeah.
So, and you see, a good career is a career that if you stop doing whatever you are doing today, for instance, if you're employed and you stop that employment today, who you are can still move on. So, and a lot of us, we really look at career as an employment.
Yeah.
So, but we don't take career as a whole, employment inclusive. You know, it's whether I'm employed or not, I should grow to add value to myself.
Yeah.
And when I'm adding value to myself, of course, I'll add value to my employee, to my employer, things like that. So that's one thing. That's one of the pitfall is what we call complacency.
Yeah.
People are so comfortable, relaxed, and they feel it's okay. It's okay. Number 2, people fear risking.
Oh yeah.
People fear risking a lot.
Yeah.
So I better remain where I am
than
trying a new thing.
The uncharted waters.
Exactly. Yeah. so and that's why even people, when they are looking at even careers, students and all that, they first of all ask, which career is paying well?
Oh, yes.
And
the money.
Where do you think I can fit? Where can I not miss employment? You see the fears?
Yeah.
So I want to do a career that I am assured. I'll get a job, I'll get money. What about if it misses? I can do the career and it misses. You know, I was surprised with the Kenya Employment Association. There's a report they did 2024.
Yeah.
And it was saying that 65% of Kenyans youth are unemployable.
Unemployable?
Yes.
Why?
Because
65%.
65%.
That's a huge number.
That's a huge number. They're unemployable.
Yeah.
Because look at even I did follow a lot of shortlisting. You find we have 2,000 applications for one post, but rejected. They are like 1,800.
Yeah.
So that's a very high percentage. While if you go to a country like India, like China, it is different.
Yeah.
Very different. There's also something I call opportunity index. So sometimes I put land in it. And you find that in Kenya, if you take the occupiable part of Kenya, divide with the population that we have, so it's like you're supposed to be getting like 1 acre and 1.7 acres there.
Yeah.
Every one of us.
So every one of us.
All of us Kenyans. Look at a country like India, you're supposed to get is either a 1,500 or something. Because Kenya, we are 15 times ahead in opportunity than India. But how come? It's around 2.5% of Indians who are not unemployable. Where Kenya, we have more opportunities. We should expect more growth in Kenya than in China, in India, in Croatia, in Japan. But how come it's the other way around?
The other way around.
Because we use different mechanisms, different things for career choices and career growth. So complacency, risk, that thing is also adaptability. Adaptability is a big thing, is a big issue. People are not able to. You're only employed as a crack. There's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do. So, and also the last time that was also affecting people a lot is on the nature of work that we have. There are employers who don't value capacity building for your and therefore you, even with such an employer, how will you take it? You just think, if this guy has succeeded and there's no more training we are doing, you feel even me, I will not do it. You see? So that's another pitfall. So those are things that really affect career growth.
There are questions I want, but I'm being told we only have 5 minutes. So if we can summarize, number 1, on technology.
Yes.
Because we have seen careers evolving, and now technology, AI, and also so many people, careers are now being replaced by machines and all. Careers, some of them now are being, termed redundant, out of the market. How can one keep in touch with how careers are evolving?
It's through training. You take your line. I'll give an example. There are those cracks. You know, we used to have a crack 1, I think in accounting, crack 1, crack 2, crack 3. And these are the guys who also used to work in the bank for teller. Yeah. And if I ask you, you have a bank account, but when did you last time went to a teller? So where do you want that teller to go? You see, so it is now the teller to know where, because of the automation, the AI that are coming in, I need to upgrade. You know, I need to do another course that can support me. Because I know also, you know, it's about changing careers. It's about changing that. But also there are lists for that, which can really talk about that. So we must keep capacity building ourselves, equipping ourselves with technology, conversant with the technology that is coming up for us to be up to date. I will tell you, if you're not updated, or if you're not up to date, you'll be outdated. It's simple as that.
Simple. Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. This conversation we can continue. It has so much that we can discuss. But I believe that we will continue with this conversation so that we help one another, and especially for our young people, and also even for us who are employed and all. Complacency. We strike it out. So thank you so much for encouraging us. Maybe your parting shot before we allow you to leave.
Maybe the only thing I can talk about is I know there's those people who are changing their careers. I've not really mentioned about
career change.
So I can only tell them, for you to change a career, just look at your age, maybe look at financial implications, look at the relevant skills that you have, transferable skills that you can transfer from where you are to the next. So, and maybe the training demands that are required for the new line that you're going. But maybe you are at old age. You know, I say it is good to change at 40 than RIR, retire in leglets at 60. So it is always good. So, and those will be the parting shots. Is that career is a very key area, very sensitive. I didn't even notice that 1 hour is off.
Imagine, it is
so much to talk
about.
But I would tell the people is that career is once identified. It's good that we identify them very well at early ages. Then we don't make the mistakes of the 65% I'm speaking about. So we need to bring that skill gap. We ensure that it is a very close to the market needs.
Samuel, thank you. Really appreciate your wisdom, your knowledge. Annie, you indeed, you're an expert. Now I can say I met an expert because the way you have broken it down, the different lessons, especially when we were at the beginning, you know, I was just trying to see how I will help myself as I help even the children to know which career path they need also to follow. So thank you so very much. And when we invite you next, please avail yourself, so that we help the masses out there, because the mistakes we are doing, it's unfortunate. And we are dimming so many lights of people who wanted to pursue different career paths, but because we want them fixed to the same old, you know, careers, unfortunately, they are not following their own paths as well. So thank you so very much, and regards for the good job you are doing.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for Hope TV, and I'm grateful.
Karibu sana. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I know you are challenged, you are rebuked in a very nice way as well. So let us help one another, help our children, and even help ourselves by improving ourselves to avoid that complacency. Even when I stop, you know, with this employment, I should continue to find relevance in myself by growing myself as well. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Share this link with anyone you feel they need to hear this, because this was quite profound. So thank you so very much for tuning in. On behalf of everyone who has made this a success, God willing, we'll do this again tomorrow morning, same time, same place. From me, George Gishoro, it's Kwaheri for now.